Hey guys, Sam here. I'm going to teach you today how to play the lick. Now, if you haven't heard about the lick, it's kind of an inside joke between every jazz piano player or jazz musician, and this is how it sounds. Okay, so if you know what the lick is, you're probably laughing a lot right now, but if you don't know what the lick is, I'm going to explain it. So when jazz musicians solo, they tend to use different scales. And sometimes those scales line up with the harmonies in certain ways that your ear will just gravitate towards. So all of a sudden, everybody has played the lick. Every jazz musician at some point, I'm sure, has played the lick. So let's dive into how it works and how can you play the lick at home so you can get in on this inside joke. First, we're going to look at the notes that make up the lick, okay? So I'm playing mine in D minor, okay? So we have D, F, A as our triad, okay? But we're going to look at that later. Right now, we're going to look at the right hand. So D, E, F, G. Those are your first four notes, ba-da-da-da, okay? Just going up nice and simple. Next, we're going to add a trill. Ba-da-da-da, okay? A trill is when you're taking two notes and playing the first one a lot faster than the second one. So that can be characterized as a trill, where you're taking one note and playing it a bit quicker at the start and then landing on that last note of the trill. So for this, it's going to be D to E. Now we're going to look at the last few notes of this lick. Okay, so I'm going to play the whole thing, and then we'll take a look at the last two. Here we go. All right, so the last two notes in our lick are C and D. Okay, so to put it all together, and there you have it. There is the lick. So a lot of jazz musicians use this for soloing. You can sometimes find this in pop music. You can also sometimes find this in classical music. The reason it's so popular is that you can kind of hear it's really catchy. So you'll be singing this for a long time after you listen to this lesson, and I'm sorry about that. But it's also interesting because you can hear how the chords resolve that lick. So we were using D minor before. I'm going to play that underneath, and I want you to hear how it resolves and kind of lands back to home base. So let's take a look. I'm going to play my D minor triad here, and I'm also going to play the lick. Okay, so let's hear how it sounds. Well, that sounds pretty good, right? All those notes line up nice and simple with that D minor chord. So I'll play it one more time with a 7, adding that minor 7 to my minor triad, okay? And I'm going to play it down here. Oh, that's a little gross. Let's not do that. Let's try this instead. We're going to do an inversion. So all I did is I took the C and I dropped it down to the spot that's underneath the root, and I'm going to play the lick one more time, and we'll see if it sounds good still. Still sounds good. Okay, so that lick sounded pretty cool with that D minor triad underneath. Now I'm going to give you some context to see kind of where that lick would happen. I'm just going to play a simple 2-5-1 progression. Okay, I'm going to put the lick kind of in between, and I want you to listen for it to see if you can hear it. Okay, so I'm going to go nice and slow, and we'll go from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. So I played the lick there. It was a little made-up melody that I came up with over a 2-5-1 in C major. If you heard it, awesome. If you didn't, go back and listen. I'll give you a hint. It was kind of in the middle, but more towards the end of that little riff that I came up with. So check it out. Try it out. See if you can add this to any of your soloing, and now you're in on the joke. So check it out online. It's quite fun, and I will see you in the next lesson. Take care, guys.